What's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty here. It's been a while since we've done a podcast, and this is going to be our first one for the college series, breaking down pretty much the latest and everything that's been going on so far, talking a little bit about the scrimmage games, not too much, but talking about this upcoming season. Some breaking news that we have. Unfortunately, we cannot start the season tomorrow. What we will do instead, the season will start on time on the 31st. Because we could have, but it would have been a definite rush for us, and we just didn't have the time really to be able to focus too much on that. And we got other things going on, so unfortunately, the season cannot start tomorrow. It will have to start on Monday, and with that Monday game, it will be that we'll kick it off with LSU taking on Miami. So that's what we're going to do instead. So unfortunately, can't start it on tomorrow. But you guys should still be satisfied. Things still going to start on time. So I appreciate you guys who are hyped right now for the series and the guys that are showing up right now. I got Rob in the building here with me. And I got a quick question to talk about here. First topic we're going to be covering. It's a short one. Just talking about the scrimmage, man. What was your thoughts on the college scrimmage games? And who to you stood out the most?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Honestly, I like to do it how I do with the pros, man. It's just preseason, so I don't like to get too excited. None of those teams, if you ask me, UNC was one of the most impressive teams that we saw, but unfortunately they won't be inside of the series. But I got a little list of guys and everything, a little short list, man. I definitely was looking at that guy Kai Cash, man. Kai Cash was just looking amazing at quarterback. Really liked what I saw out of him, man. The decision making, the accuracy, just a very, very good, solid quarterback. I also was looking at Texas, man. Cesarez and Gossett, man. That connection is looking pretty good there. The halfback, I think it's Nowakowski. Looking pretty amazing as well, man. And I'm just gonna tell you, man, a guy who turned my head, man, out of nowhere, Ray Brown, man, explosive halfback, did some great things, and I really was impressed by him, man. So, and a few games that I did catch, man, those guys really turned my head.
One thing I want to ask, just to you actually personally here, how do you get this thing to loop? It seems like it's not looping the video.
The video to loop.
Yeah, thought that would work
on OBS.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
So, dang, man, I need to figure out how to do that
really
fast, guys, because
let's just look it up. Let's Google matters. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see
How to loop in OBS.
Just refresh.
Right now.
Okay, we gotta look this up, guys. Didn't want the video once again cutting off. Didn't want that to cut off.
You have to go into your video file, and it's into. So go to the source, hit media source. You're gonna create the media video that you have there, and then you're gonna hit browse. Gonna find your video, and then you are going. There's a loop option up under it. So when you hit the browse and you connect the video, there's a loop option.
There we go. So
there you go.
I'm gonna do that for the videos when they come up. My bad about that, guys. But,
Amen.
Yeah. Thank God.
Hey, what 1 second too, man. I forgot to mention those Miami boys, man. But I mean, that was clear. I didn't want to just go ahead and jump on the wagon. I mean, clearly, those guys, set it all the way off. So shout out to Pauk and Lito, man. Those guys are doing some damage out there, man, on that defense. But yeah. Didn't want to just go ahead and just snub them real quick as well, man.
And for Miami, for one, Miami, hyped up team as well as LSU. Can't wait to see if these guys really back it up. But, those first scrimmage games, I think just the scrimmage games, you can't really tell too much about the first couple of games due to the fact that the sliders weren't all the way set right yet. But now that we got the sliders right, I feel like those teams are going to be more dangerous than what we saw. In terms to me, the teams that I think, or the players that I think has stood out the most, I'm looking forward to Georgia. I really think that they have a lot of skilled players. I know that, as you mentioned, Kai Cash, he looks very accurate. He looks like he makes great reads. Got a great running back in Cameron Perkins. I just feel like they got a lot of weapons all over the place, and that could be a dangerous team that could compete in the playoffs this year. So I'm going to be interested to see what they do. Miami, once again, can't really talk too much about. They didn't do too bad when they played I got to see a little bit more out of DJ White. He definitely showed his ability to scramble and make plays with his legs, but I got to see what he does with his arm a little bit, and that's what the RFL scouts and everyone's going to be looking for out of him to see if not only can he make the plays out of the pocket, but can he make the plays in the pocket with his arm? That's going to be big time to see if he can do that. And so Miami's their defense, they look great. For LSU, even though they took an upsetting overtime loss to Kentucky, LSU really looked great on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, those guys were flying all over the place. So it's a lot of interesting teams, but those are the teams that kind of stood out the most to me and some of the players that I mentioned there. But speaking of the players of these teams, I have came up with the top 25 rankings, and these will be the top 25 rankings heading into week 1. And I had came up with these myself based off of what teams had, what they did. I kind of even added to the equation what they did last year as a team and the talent that they have, pretty much just trying to put it all together. So here are the top 25 rankings for Series 2 of the college series. And here they go. Number 1 team I still have is Clemson. Even though they did lose in OT to Louisville, Clemson, I have them still ranked as the number 1 team. At number 2 in the college series, we got Georgia, LSU at 3, Ohio State at 4, Alabama 5, Baylor 6, Miami 7, Oklahoma 8, Texas 9, UCLA 10, Auburn 11, Michigan 12, Notre Dame 13, Oregon 14, Florida 15, Penn State 16, USC 17, Tennessee 18, Washington 19, Wisconsin 20, Michigan State 21, Minnesota 22, Florida State 23, Iowa 24, and West Virginia 25. So looking at these rankings, Rob, what's your thoughts on the rankings? Who do you feel is going to move around? Who do you feel should be in a certain spot just from looking at this? I know this is your first time kind of looking at this, but what teams what do you think about the list, and who would you move around if you had to choose?
Yeah, well, I saw this a little bit earlier when you sent it to me, man. I was working out and everything, man. I got a chance to look at this and evaluate this. I think it's fair, but I think this is definitely going to shift here. Obviously, I'm going to be howling out that Roll Tide at 5, man. Really surprised that they moved up to 5, but after some things that we found out about the generics and everything, man, I think they're going to look to compete. A little bit of pressure underneath them with Baylor and Miami. I'm looking for both of those teams to actually move up higher. I think that those are going to be top. They're going to be in the top 3 of things here. No shade to Clemson at all, man. Really liked the team last year. I just don't know if they have it right now at quarterback. We'll have to see how that guy is going to perform. Good luck to him, but it's just it's kind of a little bit damaging to the team there with the downgrade at the quarterback position. So I'm just not sure, if they're going to be good. Quarterbacks are very, very important in this series and also in the RFL as well. So we'll have to look out for that. That may be kind of a weak spot there. I'm looking for Oklahoma. Maybe possibly to do some things as well. And I think I'm going to cherry pick one more here. I think I'm going to look for. Let me cherry pick. Let's do Auburn, man. Maybe Auburn. Let me see what Auburn's going to do, man. I'm going to go ahead and say that might be a wild card here. Looking for them to move up.
Okay, yeah, so nothing really too much for me to say other than I already gave my reasons on why I put these teams where they were. I just felt like, well, I guess just to give a little bit of detail, Clemson, they were already a high-ranking team. They still do have talent. They definitely have a great running back with Marlon Marshall. Marlon Marshall is the highest, I believe, the second highest overall running back. So they got a ground game. They got some receivers on the outside. And even though they did take a bit of a hit at the quarterback position with Brandon Fecke, and he told me that's how you say it, is a Fecke. We were saying Feck, but Fecke is how you say it. And Fecke, he's a small guy, only 162 pounds. So really light, really doesn't fit too much of the quarterback build. He's got the height for it at 6'2", but he's not, we already know the overall dip off, but it's pretty much comes down to him, I think. That's the reason why I put them at 1, because I honestly feel like he probably won't be that bad of a quarterback. I think if he plays well, that Clemson can see themselves back into the playoffs again for this college series. and it'll be crazy if they can win it 2 times back-to-back in the first 2 series of the college series of the RFL. Georgia, obviously for them, put them at number 2. I really feel like they needed to go here. I almost wanted to put them at number 1. They just have a lot of talent, a lot of great talent all over the place, and I really think they're going to be a dangerous team. Number 2, I felt, was a really great spot for them, and they'll have to prove themselves, of course, if Clemson falls off or however the season goes. So I really think number 2 is a good spot for them. As for LSU, I was debating on whether to put them at, number 2. I didn't feel like number 1 was really a spot for them. I know that the college series the game for them, and they played their first game, didn't really, play all out too well because the sliders weren't right. And, you've seen the quarterback missing passes that I don't think he'll miss during the season since the sliders are right. But I still do feel like LSU's going to have some problems. Main thing that's a question mark for me is the running back position with Xander Gold Jr. And the reason why is because I just don't feel he has the speed. We'll have to see what he can do there at running back. And, you could possibly see LSU dropping off of the top 3 if they can't get the running game going. So that's a big question mark for me, why I couldn't put him in the top 2. Ohio State, they're a great team, still had talent. I'm not going to go through the whole list here, but just pointing out the key guys on why I placed them there. Miami, I just feel like, they weren't a rigged team in real life anyway. They made it to the bowl game in the college series last year, but I still feel like, there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of hype around this team, but they got to prove themselves a little bit, and I feel like Baylor's a more stacked team. I feel like Alabama's going to be a sleeper team this year, too. I don't know what happened with Alabama last college series. We already know things was getting wacky, but I think Alabama is going to be a team that might see themselves into the playoffs this year, and those are the main teams I wanted to point out. What'd you say?
What do you think about UCLA, man? I saw somebody in the chat say that they're being slept on. What do you think about those guys?
I do think that they're a little bit slept on. That's a big reason why I moved them up to number 10. If it wasn't for the talent that they acquired, from the submitted prospects, I don't think I would have put them high anywhere in the top 10. I don't even know if they would be in the top 25, probably more towards the end of the 25s at like 23, 25 or something like that. So I do feel that this is a sleeper team. Their first game, I believe, against Texas, and Texas is just a ranking ahead of them, so that's going to be interesting to watch. So I think UCLA, like they say, that's a sleeper team, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the top 25 rankings. As for the top 25 rankings, let's talk about the upcoming game that we're going to be having. Unfortunately, not tomorrow, because the season, as I mentioned, for the guys who just now showed up, we can't show up. We can't start it as early as we wanted to tomorrow. We got a lot of things that we have to get right, graphics, things like that. But let's talk about this Monday game coming up on the 31st. So on the 31st, we've got LSU. Let me make sure I edit this so I can loop. There we go. Yeah, so got LSU, and this is flipped backwards, so I got those switched up. My bad for that. It's actually going to be LSU traveling to Miami for this game. So the number 7th ranked Hurricanes taking on the number 3 ranked LSU Tigers. So I definitely spelled that graphic wrong down at the bottom. But at the end of the day, this is a really hyped up game. I think that there's a lot of hype around this game. Both of these teams were talking a lot in the Discord about each other, saying they're going to beat this, they're going to beat this, they're going to do that, they're going to do that. We don't know what's going to happen, but what is your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win this matchup?
Oh man, I can never call it the first game out, and I'm going to stick to that. I don't like to call the first game out because I think that teams go into these games blindfolded. I think that both of these teams did really, really great jobs on both sides of recruiting their teams. And I think that is going to show and going to shine through in this series. The fact that they actually put players in positions to make these teams as good as they're supposed to be. With that said, they looked a little bit underperforming in the scrimmage games, and hopefully that's going to be a result of the sliders and the slider changes. And these teams are going to get back to being the greatness that we think they are, and maybe a lot of blowouts going to happen. I think this is going to be a sword fight, a classic match between two teams, two defensive teams, two offensive teams here. And I just can't say enough, man, about the defense of Miami. I'm in favor of Miami because of the defense that they assembled together. But LSU also has some guys, man, some solid guys there. And so I'm looking for, that game just to be, I think that might come down to the wire. I think that's going to be the last drive, man. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be the last drive of the game. Who wants it more? And that's just how I'm going to say it, man,
Yeah, and the way we're rocking out for this game, we're going to have dual commentary. Both me and Rob will be calling this game on Monday, so we will still have dual commentary for you guys. I know you guys were thinking on if we were going to have that at all. We said we weren't going to do it, but we talked a little bit and figured out some things that we're going to try to do new for the season. Of course, you guys already know there's going to be games pretty much every day up to that point. We are going to have a 2-day break after this game. So Wednesday, so this game will be on Monday. We don't have anything on Tuesday or Wednesday because the Wednesday will be the podcast. We'll give our predictions and everything about the rest of the games, which was supposed to be a topic right now, but we're not going to discuss all the rest of the games. That way we can have more content for you guys to talk about right before the season, the day before. And so that's why I just wanted to put out this game, because this game will be done by that time. But my thoughts in terms of LSU and Miami in this matchup, I really feel like this is, like you said, it's going to come down to the wire. The defenses are really good on both sides. How do I feel about the way this game's going to go? It could be high scoring or low scoring. It all depends. But I do feel like it might be low scoring, to be honest. So I just think that the defenses are going to be really great. Offenses have improved due to the sliders a little bit, though. So you never know how it's going to go. But I'm really interested in this game. Some keys to the games that I'm going to be looking forward to is what is DJ White going to do against that LSU defense, and the same for John Bales. Both of them kind of got screwed over a little bit due to the sliders in terms of accuracy. But I don't feel that, like I said earlier, that they'll miss much. I do feel that they will be more on their game, more on point, more accurate, and a bit more dangerous, especially DJ White, due to his escapability out of the pocket. So I can't wait to see how this game's going to turn out. It's definitely going to be a hype game. And as it says at the bottom, man, a lot of talk, a lot of hype around this game. Who's going to back it up? I can't wait for this one. I know you guys in the chat right now are waiting for that one. And yeah, just get ready. It's right around the corner. Monday, we start the college series, man. LSU, Miami. I can't wait for it.
Can't wait.
And for our next topic here, I'm going to hand this one off to Rob, as we'll be discussing the Patreon and also RFL backers. First, I'm going to put up the Patreon graphic here. So here you go, Rob.
Man, no, you're low on money, man. You don't have any change. Every time you look in your bank account, all you got is $2 in your bank account, man. Well, how about that, man? How about you just go ahead and donate that $2? All you need is $2 to become an RFL supporter. You can have the $2 link to the Patreon out of your bank account. It'll draft on the 1st of every single month. It's just $2, man. Check us out at patreon.com, Relocation Football League, for more information on that. More credibility and clout you will receive in the league. The package will allow you to become a direct supporter of the RFL. There are a lot of people here who want to support, but they're like, I can't afford $10, man. I can't afford $20, man. Not Sean. Every time I see not Sean, he paying $100, man. Look, $2 is all you need. That's two things from the dollar store, right? $2, right? And get access by request. Yep. We'll give you high quality RFL logos. We'll give you team shields and social media promotion for you to use and help us on your social media pages. You'll be publicly recognized as a donator. What we're trying to do is start to have our streams more interactive, and also to start shouting out people with overlays and everything on the screens that you see in some of the other YouTube channels. Just for those people who help support us, man, because we do work hard and everything behind the scenes, but we are nothing without the community. Also, man, coming new, which I've started to build, and I'm going to start to send invites out to people. We have access. You're going to get access to the new RFL fan zone in the Discord with a donator role. So we're going to have a whole new Discord server just for our RFL fans. And that's going to be a big deal, man. It's going to be unlimited access as long as you are supporting. Now with this here, I have some rules about this, which I'll go over when you get into the Discord here. But a matter of fact, I should go ahead and say it now. With this supporter package, you're gonna get access to the Discord here, but I think that we're gonna have it to where if you go so long without supporting, in the fan zone, then we probably will have to boot you from the Discord, and you'll have to reapply again to be in the fan zone. So you do have to maintain that $2 a month. But we'll go through all the logistics with that. You'll also have various other behind the scenes perks as well. We'll be implementing in the near future. You'll have access to our daddy leagues directly, so you'll be able to see the rosters and the stats of all the teams and stuff, and get one-on-one stuff with that. We do press conferences inside of our own Discord, so you guys will have access to that. And also, you will be able to see all the news, all the media, all the articles, all the real life interactions, because we will have players and coaches who are going to be a part of that, right? So everybody will be intermingling inside of this community here, inside of the fan zone. It's going to be a big deal, man. We really want to get everybody, involved in this. This is going to be separate from our main Discord, which is exclusively for our staff, players, and coaches, obviously here. But the fan zone is going to be for all of the people out there who we don't see, the people who we don't hear, who are among this 54 watching us right now, man. All these people who we want to get involved and get interactive in the community and everything, and also just to also pay homage, man, to the support you guys are giving us week in and week out, man. We really appreciate you guys there.
Yeah, great. That you're definitely the advertisement, man. I love the way you broke that down.
Oh yeah,
excellent job, Rob. Killed it. But yeah, make sure you guys get on that. Rob already explained it, so let's go ahead and move on to now the RFL backer program. So Rob, take it away once again.
Okay, before I get into this right here, I'll leave this. There was a question asked, if you already have the $5 sub, do you have to do anything else? Hustle or nothing? No, you don't have to do anything else. For those people who already have the $5 sub, we will get you into the fan zone, man. Just reach out through the website, through email. We probably will ask for your receipts or something like that. But we should know that you're already subscribed. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that, my guy. Appreciate that. Now, with the RFL backers, man, we started this up this week, man. Really happy about this and excited. This is just going to be for those people who are just going above and beyond, man, of just helping the league out. There's so many of these guys here right now. We have almost, I think, 30 inside of the Discord right now. These are guys who just stand out. It's one thing to come to the games and chat and everything. It's another thing to go above and beyond with your support of the RFL. And that's not just through monetary value, right? That's also through just how you are helping us to build the community, how you are recruiting, how you are promoting things for us, man. Being an A-class person, not being a whatever, just being a great person in the league. And so we created this program here because we want to give homage back again and pay back that respect to you guys for representing the RFL at all levels of the sim community. So ways to obtain this: you must subscribe to the RFL YouTube for 3 straight months of $5 or more with your subscription. You have to have that. The people who already are in it don't have to worry about that, because those are honorary members. They've been supporting us, for all 5 years or whatever, so they've been doing a great job there. But from now on, it's just going to be that you have to have 3 straight months of $5 or more subscription, and you have to be able to track that. So take screenshots of your account so and you can show us, hey, I want access to become a backer, and then we'll get you into the backer program there. You must be making an impact on social media. You have to have visible promotion and or recruitment. No poaching. When we say poaching, I do not want you going over to your favorite, FL league and pulling guys over there and just trying to drag them into our league and everything. We don't do that. People work very, very hard to build their communities and build their members. So we don't want to go poach people, and we don't want you guys poaching our members as well. So we're going to give other leagues that respect. Okay. Working for the RFL graphics, videos, content, articles, modding, man. Shout out to JP, shout out to C Beazle, man. Guys who are pushing the RFL forward, man, helping us to improve and to catapult us into higher levels of success, man. That's what we're looking for here with the backer program. You got to be highly active, highly helpful, a long-standing community member for 1 year, okay? Now, these are also ways. You don't have to have a combination of all these. You can just have one way. So if you're like a long-standing member and you're highly active, and we know for a fact that this guy is at every single game, this guy is always liking on social media, and we see that, then we're going to go ahead and put you in the backer program. You can be a Patreon donator. If you're using the $2 option, you must pay for 12 straight months. I'll talk to Commissioner Smitty about this length, if that's okay, if he wants to shorten it or extend it. I'm not sure, but I just went ahead and just put that up there as a placeholder. So The $2 option will be good for you guys if you want to do it, but you'll have to do it for a whole year before we can put you into the backer program. And then also you have to be officially recognized as a key role player in the RFL by the league office. The league office consists of Smitty, Bill, and myself, and then we have the coaches union with a few guys, Coach Davis, Coach Rowland, and there's one more, Coach Rummel. So those guys will probably be able to suggest people as well who we see who are actively helping us out and actively standing out amongst all the rest of the people here. Now, the perks of these, I've just jotted down a few, but there's going to be many, many more. We're just developing this, right? So obviously we got to grow some, but the perks, you will be publicly recognized as part of the RFL social media staff. Promotion of the official RFL related channels and accounts by the commissioner. So if you have an official RFL, let's say you have an RFL highlights page or something like that, right? And you're, boosting recruitment and constantly posting RFL content there. The main page, the commissioner will hit the like button on yours or share your story or something like that, which is going to draw more traffic to your channel and allow you to help us out here. Okay. But it's not just you can't just put anything up there. It has to be a part of the brand and meet the expectations and the standards that we have here in the RFL here. So just be on the lookout for that. You'll also get a Discord role as well. Some of you already have that. When we get there, we will be able to give out free merch. This is a big statement right here because we're still trying to get our RFL shops and stuff together and everything and figure that out. But we're getting there, guys. Trust me, we're gonna have those soon. We already got the logos made for the most part. So we're starting to rebrand and everything, and you guys are gonna see that soon, man. A whole new look for the RFL that's ours and doesn't belong to EA, man. It's gonna be amazing. So we're gonna get there. So you'll be able to get free merch as a backer, sweaters, probably t-shirts, maybe hats or something like that. You'll have access to the private Discord channel, which is only exclusively for the RFL backers. It separates you from the rest of the community because you guys are the strength and the backbone of the league. And so we want to have you guys all in the same chat, vibing off each other and helping us build. And you also will have help with content creation from the RFL. We'll have templates and stuff that you could use for your creation of your content to put on the website and to put on your social media and stuff like that. Okay. And the last thing, which is the big thing, we're going to get some reload bucks here. Okay. So reload buck awards will go out to people who are backers. Not sure the amount right there. Obviously, Commissioner Smitty is gonna determine that. But I have it set up to where you guys will be able to obtain reload bucks for being a backer. And as you know, reload bucks equal some good things here, especially if you are a player in the RFL, man. And I think I'm done with that one right there. Shout out to all my RFL backers. And matter of fact, I said I got to do this real quick. Smitty, can I go ahead and drop the bomb on them?
Oh yeah, drop the bomb on them.
Okay, let me go ahead and drop the bomb on them real quick, man. I'm going to go to the backers right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and shout out all of the backers who are in the RFL right now. I'm going to try to find the why can't I find the Discord link? Got so many channels in here. Where is the RFL? Okay, Backer Lounge. We're going to the Backer Lounge right now, and I just want to give a special shout out, man. And excuse me if I miss you. If you're not in here yet, I put a call out to everybody, but some people didn't respond. But we got Noah Underhill. We got Coach Baker, JP Scott, Lito Loso. We got Markel Wilcox, Samuel Stubbs. We got Anthony Savoy, Anthony Washington, Bill. What's up, Bill? We got Kai Cash, Cameron Perkins, C. Beazle. We got Chris Polk, Coach Armstrong, Coach Zero, Coach Carter. We got Darius Hives, Drew Brewer, Eric Strouder, Jacob Reed, Jordan Grace, Justin Jones, Coach Marshall, Nashawn, and we have Xavier Eves and also Carlos Luzon. Man, shout out, round of applause. Let me get hashtag RFL backers. For all my guys in the chat right now, man, salute to these guys. Those guys have been paying it forward and not for themselves, donating and doing everything they can to support the RFL and our community, man. So shout out to you guys, man. Awesome.
Man, I wish I had a round of applause button because, I mean, not only for that great just breakdown, but also for guys who are backers. Big shout out to everyone who supports the RFL. You guys know that, we give everything for this league, and you guys, we really appreciate the support for guys who try to give what they can to the league as well, whether it be donations, whether it be content. We appreciate everyone who is a part of the league. Once again, hashtag Leaf First, hashtag RFL backers. I see it right now going crazy in the chat. But man, great breakdown. For what we're going to talk about right now, this kind of flew by because speaking of reload bucks, we were supposed to go over reload bucks, but we still have to talk about it a little bit, man. But what I can say about reload bucks.
Bill's in the chat right now. He wants to know if he can come in.
Yeah, Bill, if you want to jump in, you can.
Yeah, we can kind of like talk around it if you want to talk around it a little bit.
Yeah, so let me see, because I know I have my let me pull up my notes here. So I could talk about the gist around it. Hopefully it doesn't sound like I'm talking away from my league. So pretty much, let me just do a breakdown of what I have, because I'm pretty sure that this is correct, but it's still more to this that we're planning to add. Where's the notes? So I don't have it on my phone like I thought I did.
I could talk about some of the things that we set up to for it, if you want to.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. You go ahead. Talk about that.
All right. So just not to spill it and everything. Some of you guys who are in the Discord, and this is why you want to become a fan zone so you can get this kind of information. But anyway, some of you guys may have seen in the Discord one night I came in and I started setting up Mr. Bank, and I had something that said Gym Rat, and it said 25,000 reload books. And so what we're doing is we're trying to find a way, or actually we have found a way to create packages that you guys are going to be able to purchase, which as players, which is going to allow you to use your reload bucks to obviously progress, at the end of the seasons or before the next season. And so the league office has gotten together and they've come up with a really, really solid number of how many reload bucks you need to obtain certain packages. You can only do these packages, I believe. Is it one time or is it up to 30 attribute points or something like that?
You get up to 30 attributes, I believe, because I see that something in there right now with these notes, so I do have those up. I think there is definitely a limit because, there is a way, like if somebody's truly dedicated, they can really come up. So with that being said, we definitely have to have a limit. But
Yeah, so we'll have a limit, obviously, because we don't want it to become OP. We don't want everybody to be a 99 by season 25, 2025 or whatever. No, you guys will be able to actually use those perks to boost your player. What's cool about it though is that we've actually set up in the Discord with Mr. Bank for you to be able to shop for those packages, and those packages are going to actually give you a role. So let's just say, right, you want to work on your muscle, you want to get strong because you're weak and everything, you're tired of getting mossed and everything, right? Those cornerbacks out there, right? You're tired of getting mossed all the time in every game, and so you say, you know what, I want to work on my strength for next season, right? So you get your reload books up and you're going to go and you're going to purchase Gym Rat. Right, Gym Rat may cost 25,000 reload bucks. Right, Gym Rat is going to allow you to get so many points towards your strength, and then maybe a little bit toward power and whatever else there is that's built around strength or whatever to allow you to become even better. And then you'll have that role inside of the inside of your Discord, so it'll actually say. It'll say Gym Rat, right? So everybody will know, oh wait, that's Lito Loso. He's a gym rat. He's been working out, right? So you'll have that role. And I'm trying to come up with some sweet emojis and all that crazy stuff, man, to make it even better and stuff like that. Maybe even some badges you guys can put over your profiles if you want and stuff like that. But we're just trying to make it more interactive for you guys, man. And so Bill and Smitty did a great job coming together with the numbers there. And I'm gonna bring it all together, man. You guys know we're the trifecta with this thing, so it's gonna be really, really great, man. But yeah, you guys, if you're in the Discord right now, if you look at Mr. Bank, you'll be able to see what I did there, and so you'll be able to see exactly what happened, man. So we just really just out here working hard, man, trying to get this thing off the ground, more interactive, take it to the next level. And be totally different, man. But that's as much as I can say on it. Bill said he's 5 minutes away. He probably will be able to elaborate a little bit more because he was kind of the brainiac a little bit with Smitty, with all this and everything. So we're just waiting on him right now, But yeah, that's the idea of it.
Yeah. So even with the notes, I finally got them up. So with the reload bucks, there are what I have right now from these notes. Once again, these are not final. There could be more ways. But from what we have 5 ways of which you can obtain reload bucks. And betting, once the season starts back up. So you can earn reload bucks from betting. That's one way. Another way is through Patreon. So if you have a certain Patreon package, throughout each month, you'll get a certain amount of reload bucks for that month that you had paid to be a Patreon member. We have also here a cap amount of upgrades. So I guess that's just what we were talking about earlier. Game appearances. So you just showing up to games, that helps us out. And so that will help you guys out, of course, with some reload bucks. Showing up to a certain amount of games. What I have here for the games is, I know I have notes on here. 5K. Okay,
I
so
think it's
you would
25,
get
right?
5K per month for coming to 24
Yeah.
primetime games. So
Mm-hmm.
if you were to show up to at least 24 primetime games, and those are
Mm-hmm.
primetime games, not including those are the ones that we have commentary on,
Mm-hmm.
you would get 5K for that month. It will add up to that. You would get half of that if you showed up to 12 primetime games. We are still, once again, working on how we're going to track guys for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much you showing up to games. You can earn reload bucks in a lot of different ways. You can also earn reload bucks through RFL content. I have here in the notes says RFL content, 625 reload bucks for 24 weeks in a day. So I'm not all the way remembering exactly what that breakdowns, but you can see from you doing RFL content, maybe for your own player, maybe for the league, you get reload bucks that way as well. We have, as Rob was talking about, we're going to have groups on which you can purchase to upgrade your player. We talked about Gym Rat, but there are pretty much focus areas that these groups and levels to those groups that you guys will be able to upgrade from using your reload bucks. So main areas are awareness. So for the awareness type traits to be boosted, that's going to, I remember the name for that is Film Junkie. So you'll be able to boost your awareness. You'll get the Film Junkie badge. You'll purchase with your reload bucks to boost that, your awareness stats. Your strength, of course, we already know that. The Gym Rat, speed. I think that was Speed Demon. Speed is Speed Demon. And then conditioning is what they call those track runners. I can't remember, but you could get your conditioning up, pretty much your stamina and things that are related to have your player last longer on the field, to stay out onto the field. And you have levels to that. So if you buy a level 1 Gym Rat, and that costs what I have right now. This is still the base, but I think for the most part, we did have these set in stone for the most part, so this could be correct. But for level 1 Gym Rat, it will cost you 15K in reload bucks. If you want to get even more attributes boosted, then you would go to level 2, which will be 20K reload bucks that you'll have to spend. And then we have all the way up to level 3, which is the highest, where it will cost 30K. So you paying... and once again, this is the great thing about this program, about the reload bucks. We've been trying to figure out a way to get it going, but this you don't even have to pay for this. You know,
no money.
This is not, you don't have to come out of pocket pretty much for any of this. You can choose to, which, help you out a little bit. And it definitely helps you out with other perks around the league. And because you've seen from the Patreon, depending on what you're putting in for that stuff, you can also get boosts of reload bucks that way. But you can literally earn reload bucks from just being active in the community, and you can build up your player. The more active you are, the better you have your chance of building up your player and getting them right for the offseason. Just, I know it's a lot of you guys out right now who have players that you submitted in the RFL that, has been sitting the bench for quite a while. You got some stars out there, but if you want to have a great chance of starting to get your guy a possible chance of getting to the spotlight earlier, then reload bucks is the way to go. You really want to stock up on the reload bucks, man. And like I said, so many ways you can earn them. Don't even have to spend money for it. All you have to do is be active in the community. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Smash the like button. Show up the games. Show up the podcast. And you can earn yourself a stable of bucks that can turn into upgrades for your player once you submit it. Another thing with this is that I do also have it where you can also use reload bucks to be entered into giveaways. So when we do giveaways, you have to have a certain amount of reload bucks to enter to be a part of the giveaways. Some giveaways we will do for free without reload bucks, but reload bucks can help you get into those giveaway entries. So you can earn, of course, sometimes we give away Madden copies. We give away RFL merch that Rob was talking about. So excuse me, I have an acid reflux. My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in real quick too, man. This is not pay to win at all, and I'm gonna be very blunt with that. This is not a pay to win situation. We have these numbers capped at certain attribute levels. I don't even think it goes over 87, and it may be lower than that. So no, this is not a pay to win situation, and we can prove that because we've had guys who've boosted players since the last 3 years They've been on like Patreons and stuff like that for their players, and they haven't done anything. So it's not a pay to win thing, and so we're not even going to try to even put that out there in our community to make people think that this is a pay to win league. So yes, I absolutely deleted that. Thank you.
So yeah, in terms of like you can get upgrades, yes, but you still have to grind to actually benefit. You're still going to benefit, especially if your guy's already starting out there on the field, but you still have to grind. Like Rob mentioned, there's caps, so you won't be able to get to a certain overall, or you won't be able to boost certain things. And also, when it comes to these reload bucks, it's pretty much going to work just like how Madden does as a randomizer. You don't get to choose exactly where it goes. You just know that it's going towards those categories in which we put for the levels, those groups that we talked about with the Gym Rat, the Film Junkie, Speed Demon, that stuff. So that way you know that you're getting randomized attributes towards those areas for doing that technically training virtually for spending those reload bucks. So for mostly everything, you can also upgrade your player if you have a player money wise, but that has a cap. So that's why there's definitely no pay to win here. For 87 overall, for 87 and a certain attribute, you can boost money wise, but at 87, it sounds good, but you max things out at 87, you still got short areas that you would probably need boosted that you can't get, and you're capped. So you're going to need reload bucks to get over that. Mm-hmm. So reload bucks will help you, but it definitely improves your player in a realistic way, but you got to grind to pretty much earn those reload bucks. You already seen the price tags for those, like $15K for level 1, $20K. Mm-hmm. Now this is definitely obtainable. And once again, there's limits to the amount of packages you can buy. So we're not going to allow people to keep getting packages to the point where these guys are just jumped up 5 overall points off of reload bucks.
And I'm going to answer Coach Back's question there. No, coaches cannot boost generics with this. These perks here are simply for our members, our community members who are actual players in the league. And it's always been that way. Even with coaches are only allowed to actually put Patreon on one generic player a year, their own, but they have to pay money, and that's significantly higher. And especially when you get to the higher packages, I don't think there's been anyone to pay. I think we have like it out there $100 for I don't know 10 points or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But no one's even ever paid that. The only person I ever known to even pay that kind of money was Roland Woods. So and I don't mean to throw him under the bus here, but I just got to clarify this, man, because we're trying to move things forward, and we can't move forward if people are throwing dirt on us, man. You know what I mean, or whatever it is. This is definitely not a pay to win thing. This is a way to boost the community, to help the members be more active and support their players, and not just and we just get retention, man. How many players do we have in the league where they make a player and they're never here, and we don't know who they are because they don't have anything to invest in, right? So if players invest, and go ahead,
Justin. Can you I don't know why I know he said the thing about the pay to win thing, and it was just him. I feel he was just joking about that, so I don't know why you hit him. Can you unhide
Steve, I don't know why you hit him.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been here for that.
Yeah, I didn't know he was hitting.
Yeah.
But
you still going on about it, or?
Oh, I'm done, man. I'm done.
So that's pretty much the gist. It's a whole lot of stuff coming to the league, man. That's all I can tell you guys. A whole lot of stuff coming that you guys better be ready for. Because we're coming with that heat, man. We're definitely going to, all this stuff is so you guys can have incentives, reason to follow this league. Not only is it interesting just watching it by itself, but the fact that you watching it and participating can get you more enjoyment out the league. I think that's what's really going to build our brand even more with our fan base. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to convert as many of you guys into actual fans, because I honestly feel like if guys take the time to really pay attention to this league, especially right now with no sports going on. You pay attention to this league and you actually follow these players, you're going to feel like this is going to feel like NFL to you. Like it really is. It's going to feel like college football to you, because you're going to see guys start from college and literally go into the pros. That's why we're so excited for season 6. I mean, how many of you guys are excited to watch Geno Gannon and Marquise Washington next year? Like that's going to be big time. But they started from college. We got to see their whole progression. And not only that, they haven't even played their rookie years yet. So just to follow their careers and to actually have it where you can go all the way back from when they were in college, you can watch every single game they played in. You know, that's why this league has taken it to the next level. We're 5 years deep into this, going on to more. So this is the league to follow, I'm telling you, when it comes to simulation. And what you going to say, Rob?
Real quick, another good example of this too, man, is I've only been here for a couple of short years, but I've seen about 4 or 5 players that I've followed that I actually had 1 or 2 on my team who were great community members. They were always in the community and very active to the games and everything, right? And what I saw is that these players, their overalls were low, maybe because they built their player and their player was not that good. And these guys, they were active members, but their player wasn't good. And so because their player wasn't good and they had no way to progress, these guys just left the league, right? Mm-hmm. So when you think of it, when you step outside the box and look at how can we retain members of our community, this makes perfect sense what we're doing here. And this is definitely going to help out. Yeah, it's going to help out the guys who are already good, but everybody's not a first round pick. You know what I mean? So this is going to help out those 7th round guys who want to get into the team and maybe get on someone's practice squad and maybe, get subbed in. I mean, look what happened to LC3, man. There was no quarterback available in the free agency for that guy to sign. You know what I mean? So imagine if you have a player who you've been investing in and he's a free agent. Now someone may pick you up and you're playing for a relocation bowl, man. That's all I'm gonna say though.
Yeah. So and that's what I said. This is like real football, man. I can't stress it or say it enough. You're not going to come in here and be a day one starter. College, we're definitely giving that to you guys paid, to get into the league and things like that. Definitely should be able to start and play. Of course, we got to fizzle and work things around because there's a lot of people who apply to be players in this league and things like that, starting from college. But, when you get into the pros, into the RFL, it's a whole different monster. You guys already know the talent. You guys already know the players. There's so many great players in this league. It's going to be extremely hard unless you are extremely talented in college and just come out a great overall and had a phenomenal season. It's going to be hard for you to overtake them, but just know that this is literally a real life process. This is going to take you probably years to finally see that player get, that chance to start. Just think about right now the quarterbacks that we have that have been all-time greats in this league. Example, Drake Crowell, but they're going to retire very soon. Drake Crowell is about to retire. Now it's about to be Justin Jones' time. He's been waiting for 2 years. Right. So like it's a lot of storylines like that. Even Parker Thomas just came in and got drafted by the Diablos. They had 2 starting beast quarterbacks there with Jordan Kowalski, and the starter was Aaron Pritchett. But both of those guys are 30, 38 and above, I believe. Yeah. So that right there goes to show you that already it's his time. You never know what can happen. This is a real life situation. Guys could get injured. You could get thrown right into the mix. You never know. So when you leave,
mix. Somebody say mix.
Yeah. And then when you leave, like I've seen so many situations where guys, just didn't stick it out and they left, and it was just like right around the time that they left that their player got that opportunity to play, and they never came back to see what they became. One guy, for instance, that I could think about never paid attention to his player. Somebody created Jack Brown of the
I know him.
Absolute
I know him
monster.
Personally.
Is still an absolute monster right now for the Bulls, and has never watched any games of him or seen what he's been able to do.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and he did win that. He won that award. He didn't even know it. So you just never know when it's going to be your time. That's real football. That's real situations. That's what we look to bring. You guys should. It's going to really feel like you accomplished something when you finally get that chance to start. So that's just me talking. And we're filling time mainly here, just talking extra because, it wasn't really too much that we had left to cover here. But, we still even got a lot more time to talk about things. So, we're just still going on about that. But I just want you guys to know, like, that's what you're getting into. Oh, Bill's here? Mm-hmm. Bill,
yeah, Bill's here. Oh, Bill in the building.
Bill, what's going on, Bill?
Oh, yeah, I just got home, man. I've just been sitting back listening to all the good stuff you guys been talking about.
Yes, sir. About to get real, man. But I guess since you're jumping in late, let me go ahead and ask you, man. You got any predictions? What you think going to happen in that LSU Miami game, man?
Man, that is tough, man. That is tough. I gotta go Miami, man, just because there's just so much hype around them. I gotta go Miami on that one.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Any thoughts or who you think's going to ball out? How do you think the game's going to turn out? Anything like that?
Oh, I'm excited to see what happens at the running back position there in Miami, just because it seems like they have quite a few guys going on with
Brown,
Williams and Brown. So
Mhm.
I want to see how that pans out. See if it's like a split back system, if they run one more than the other. I just want to see how that offense is going to work and how that defense is going to work. They got a lot of dudes on defense, so I'm just excited to start seeing these guys play. We've been seeing them talk for months, and it'd be so good to be able to see them actually play and see if they can back up some of that stuff that's been talked in the Discord.
Yeah, man, that's going to be a big game, man. I think we're going to have a great turnout. Hopefully, everyone here, I'm pretty sure just about everyone here is going to come and watch that game. Both of these teams been talking heavy. Who's going to back it up, man? That's all I can say about
who's going to back it up.
I'm telling you.
All right, so one of our last topics here to talk about, let's talk about Madden 21. So Madden 21, of course, you guys know, officially dropped for full use yesterday on the 25th. Pretty much, let's give our thoughts about Madden 21. First, I'll start off with my thoughts about Madden 21. So my thoughts on the game is I feel like it really hasn't changed much at all in terms of what's in the game. What I have noticed that has changed, though, has been the gameplay. The way we play the game, I think the game looks good. I think this is a good Madden for the RFL. I like the way that the presentation is. Rob came to us a couple times, said he was calling some games, said it looks great. I think that it's going to be a great game for us for this league. So that's just for me speaking in the simulation aspect. In terms of someone playing this game, to play it just for Madden, especially franchise, it's the same. That's the only hard thing about it that I really have an issue with. But we already know they did set out guidelines saying they were going to make some adjustments and help add more to franchise mode, which we hope they deliver on. But definitely missed the ball here on this one, and the community definitely gave them some. I'm trying to avoid it, but I might as well say some hell about
words?
it. So yeah. I try to find another word, but there's no other word for it. But So anybody else got anything to say about Madden 21 before we jump into what we're about to do in terms of on the game?
You go back. You had way more experience on that thing than I have so far.
Yeah. So I've probably simmed, or I called about 4 games, 4 NFL games, Giants. I called all Giants games. And I called those games after I played it. I went through the face of the franchise, played that, and then I went into the yard. And I tried to play that for a second, and I just can't, because I'm a simulation guy, and that's just totally arcade to me. I might as well just be in one of those 80s arcade things playing that or something like that, So I can't really do that. To me, playing the game, it feels like someone actually said it in the Discord, and I agree. It feels like you're ice skating when you're controlling that game, man. Way too fast. And just it doesn't feel like simulated, man. It feels like revved up competitive mode. If you like that, then this is the game for you, man. This is the best game on the market for arcade football. And so I say go ahead and get it. As far as the broadcast though, man, the broadcast is legit. It's solid. The gameplay, I feel, the AI to AI simulation is very, very good. I would really like the pace of the game. I noticed, just looking at the player mannerisms, man, it just seems like the players are just where they need to be. There's not all this like clutter and everything. Like I'm seeing tosses and stuff, and like players are actually going downfield and engaging and getting blocks and stuff like that. Quarterback play just looks awesome, man. Quarterbacks are not doing dumb stuff, looking like they're looking like they're just lost in the sauce and don't know what to do. And they never played football in their life, and so I really like how the quarterbacks get the ball out faster. I can't say enough. Oh, the atmosphere, right? The atmosphere, like it really feels to me like an NFL game when I'm looking at this from a broadcast point of view. It really feels like I can hear the crowd chanting specific things that are just for the team that's playing. Things that you hear like the JETS stuff and all that. That kind of stuff you hear in the back. The player chatter. I think I hear crowd noise, like actual crowd commentary or something, stuff like that going on in the background. And like just the overall feel of this game, and it really feels like NFL football when you're watching it. And so I think that's something that we're going to be able to grow upon.
Yeah, and Bill hasn't got the game yet.
I got the game.
He's got the game, but he hasn't played it yet. You haven't played it yet, have you?
I mess around a little bit, and a lot of basically what you guys said is what I'm really gonna say. And like, it's if you're a guy who's not a committed Madden guy, if you are just more of a I want to jump on and play against a couple of my buddies and then stop playing, this game might be pretty fun for you. But man, it's just like you guys said, nothing has really changed in any other scenario. All they did was they changed some of the overlay looks, they changed the coloring, they changed the font. And but I'm not too surprised by that, considering the next gen is coming out in a few months. I sort of assumed that was going to happen, regardless of the noise made in the community, because they gotta transition to PS5, and that's the big ticket item this year. At this point, the only reason they did 4 is because they wanted to make more money before the end of the console. What I've been hearing and what I've been seeing, it's like, at least, which is really what I really care about, is that the stuff for us looks better, and that's the part that is really the only part I care about. As long as our league can look better, I'm happy with it. So hopefully, at least at that front, it looks better than it did last year, and I'm assuming the rest is going to come along with the next gen.
Yeah, so
I like the intros too, man. The
intros
coming out,
nice.
Yeah.
I do like those. The yard. I know we were supposed to set up a gameplay with the yard, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I just could not get with that mode. It was just too arcadey. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't rock with it. So that's why you didn't get that content for that. But yeah, so so that's pretty much what we had to cover. I do want to say before we take open questions, is I want to give, of course, a shout out to Coach Chiz, man, stepping down as head coach today. He's been one of the OG coaches, one of the first coaches to apply and be a coach. You already know about that great run with the Huskies he had back in season 4, winning the championship, taking down the big bad Toronto Thunderbirds to stop them from winning their second back-to-back RFL championship. And season 5 got to finish out the next season, but I already posted out the information about Coach Chiz on why he couldn't stay around. He says it could be a possibility he could get back into it if he ever gets some time. But just want to give a shout out to Coach Chiz for all the time that he has given, everything, the support and things he's been able to do, as a coach throughout the years, man. Just wish him the best of luck, of course, with everything, even with the adopted kid. And I mean, that's taking on a big task right there. So that goes to show you what this guy's all about, man. Just great guy.
Then I wanted to add about the Patreon that you guys went over right before I came in. I don't know if you guys, I know Rob, you listed off guys' names, but I just opened up the email and saw like a bunch of notifications. So I'm just gonna read those names off here quick in case they weren't on your list.
Okay.
For instance, we just had quite a few people sign up. We had Brian Pitts sign up. We had, assuming it's Leo Moon in the Discord. And it looks like Cam Parkins, the running back, and then it looks like we had Stephen Forbes and Chris Dunn signed up for the $10, but yeah, Stephen Forbes did as well. So just tonight, man, we already, since we opened up the talks on the podcast, we already got like 3 or 4 people signed up for it.
Is that a coach, Stephen Forbes?
Yeah, that's a coach.
Yeah, he did 2 of them.
Oh, that's a coach. Yeah. Okay. It looks like I wrote down DTR9. He I'm not sure if you already called his name, Bill, but in YouTube, it's DTR9 Trojan Boy 247 fan, and then there was Avon Magic
that signed up to be members on YouTube just now. Not just now, but a while ago. But I forgot about it because you were doing the breakdown. But I can't remember their names. But big.
I think it was Trojan Boy.
Yeah, Trojan Boy. I think he was the first one who signed up, and it was
Avon Magic.
Yes,
I think
Avon Magic. Yeah. Those 2. Big shout out to you guys, man, becoming YouTube members. Big shout out to everyone who donated tonight and has been supporting the RFL, man. You guys already see where this league is going. Just continue to support, and you never know, man. Hopefully one day this could possibly spin off into its own game, and that would be remarkable.
Hey, Smitty, the Coach Back says, "Oh, we got all rookie coaches." And Markel said, "No, y'all got Coach Rob, King of the North." Cougars, go Cougars.
In terms of Coach Chiz stepping down, I'm still in a little bit of a phase of thinking, should the Huskies be coachable or not? This is a team that is also a little bit on that level a bit with the Thunderbirds. I don't think it would be right for us though to hold on to multiple teams without a coach there. So that's the biggest gripe I have with it. If it wasn't for that, I definitely wouldn't have had the Huskies available. But we're still talking about that. But the Huskies most likely might still be a team that could get coached. But one thing's for sure is for Coach Chiz and his long term support of the league, we're going to retire his character, so no coach could have his face. So we're going to do that.
Yep.
And I think what I'll do is I'll open up.
Gone
the
too
Huskies.
soon, man.
Yeah. So we'll do.
Gone
It's,
too soon.
it's just a tough call, man. Because you hate to cut off a bunch of teams, but you also don't want to disrespect the guys who were there already.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough call. I mean, either option to me is there's pros and there's cons. So I guess just picking which one is better.
Yeah.
I think we'll just go that route. I just don't want to have so many teams closed off, and we got so many guys who are trying to come in and be a coach. Definitely the Celtic Tigers and Thunderbirds are not getting touched, but the Huskies, they're pretty much in that same boat too. So that's where it's hard. But then that would be 3 teams, and that'll just be too much. Huskies didn't make the playoffs this year too, so tactically, I guess you could have an argument that they weren't all the way at their best, but. The
king of the North beats up on AI teams. Go Cougars.
Yeah, so might need to get Rob some competition, man. Let's see what Coach Back can offer out there too. And I'm
shout out to Coach Back and who's it? Coach Back and Coach Forbes, right? Is Forbes the Bulls?
No, I'm blanking on Coach.
I do like. Sorry, guys, if we're messing up which teams you guys coach, but we just hired a whole slew of people, and I know your guys' names, but sometimes I get the teams mixed up with who you're coaching, and it's
But shout out to both of those guys. Give my man Rob some comp, man.
Hey, Hustler Nothing said, "Hey, Red Dragons, king of the league." Oh,
sort of hurt. That still hurts.
Stings.
Yeah, so in that case, that's pretty much everything that we had to cover today. We're now going to leave it open to you guys who are in the chat for open questions. So if you guys have any questions you guys would like to ask us, maybe, start up some conversations talking about, the college series or whatever, man. Right now is the time to speak on it.
Yeah, let's see what you guys got. And we haven't done this in how long, man? This is cool. It's fun to be back. Yeah, it's good to be back. I see that everybody has missed us, man, because 58 in here strong right now.
Yeah, guys saying they love Bill. What are you doing, Bill? Got some new cologne?
Awesome, I guess.
What's going on, man?
All right, so first question I see is by Jamjar HD says how we feel about John Bales. Honestly, I don't know what to say about John Bales. I think he was screwed over a little bit from the sliders not being correct. So it was a couple quarterbacks who were screwed over in the first couple of games when it comes to accuracy. So he missed a lot of passes, but I don't think that was truly his play. So I can't really speak on John Bales. Times he was on. He looked great. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see when the season. We'll have to see Monday. So that's going to be the time to figure it out.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna tell you, man, the RFL, you have to kind of like take RFL in phases, and I'm gonna tell you, man, like the last college season that we had, like the first phase was crazy, like the first 4 games, Smitty, or something like that, 3 or 4 games,
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah. It was like 4 weeks of games, and it was just crazy. But I think that it's gonna rev up and change come Monday. So we can't really judge guys on what they did in the scrimmage games because the sliders are different, and you guys just saw like just the last stream when somebody just flicked it from rookie to all mad and the whole game changes, right? So we can't really say until we actually see. We're going to see the real deal on Monday. We're going to see what these guys are about on Monday because this is like one of the best offenses versus one of the best defenses and blah, 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 vice versa. So, yeah. We're gonna see, man.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, like he said, you just got to see how it's going to go. The games were full games that you guys seen. They will still be 12-minute quarters. The games were actually full games. They were just against non-college series opponents. So the games are going to be pretty much still the same length and played the same way. It's just a difference in how it's going to be played now, the level, the difficulty, and the changes of play. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that turns out. I see Glizzy Ferguson says, thoughts on this year's SEC teams in the college series. I think the SEC teams are going to be pretty dope. Most of those guys are pretty good. Let me see what we got on the top 25 rankings here.
I think you guys need to be more worried about the Big Ten team. Wisconsin. Badgers.
I'm surprised I was able to throw him as number 20 on the list, man.
I'm surprised you put him down that low, Smitty.
Wow.
The disrespect.
You put him down that low. You saw what happened last year.
I'm telling you guys all right now. Just wait. Wisconsin, they're going to go all the way to the top, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, Wisconsin's good. And I'm going to remember these times. Wisconsin was
literally the worst team in college series last year. Now, it's going to be different. But if it's not, man, you're going to have to pick a new college team.
I'm not.
You have to, or you're gonna have to recruit heavy the next year because that's gonna be sad if the Badgers can't at least win more than 2 games this year.
We got some guys this year, man. We got Malcolm Love. Was it Joe Duncan, if I remember correctly, for the name? Mm-hmm. And I think we have like a defensive player or something like that. We don't have many, man. We'll get it done.
I dropped the generic prospects in the Discord, so there's been some additions to the teams. So, you guys got a couple guys from there. Couple people got a couple guys, so should be decent. Next question he says, Jaybird Gaming, when will the league start on Madden 21? That's going to be, Coach, that's going to be, of course, January, like we've been starting, I think, since season 4. So that's pretty much the go-to. January is when we start our seasons. We like to do it opposite of when of course, the NFL plays. So that we can have, our pro action during that downtime. But, of course, looks like there's not going to be any football around right now for a minute. NFL might play. I've been seeing them still going around, but that might get shut down too. But, yeah, we start on January.
Are you talking about Jaybird Gaming?
Yeah.
That's for Lobby, man. He's asking about when we get invited. Man, we got a few things we got to do before coaches are going to get invited to the file, man. We're working on it. There's just a lot of things that got to get done for the series. We'll get there. We'll get it done as quick as possible. I know we got plans to work on it this weekend, so hopefully next week at some point. But like I said, man, we got quite a bit of stuff we got to get done first before we can get all the coaches in the file and get things moving. But we got time. We got a lot of time yet, so we'll get there.
Yeah, and in terms of like we got to make the Monarchs first. We got to relocate all the teams first too. So it's quite a bit to do. I honestly, another thing for the guys who are submitted players for this year's, once again, I know I've been saying that the gear and everything is going to be set for week 1, but I got so much stuff that I've been doing, man. I haven't even been able to really get to the gear. The worst part about it is I made the rosters. I literally had to make these rosters twice because I made the roster in full. I had all your gear ready, but of course, I did all that in franchise, and we couldn't get that done for reasons that I spoke about at that time. And so, now doing it in play now, I just have not had the time to get to you guys' gear. I don't think week 1 you guys' gear will be on your players. I'll try my best to have it done, of course, for week 2, but I'll be working on that as I get the time to do that.
And since Smitty won't say it, I'll translate that from politically correct commissioner talk. Don't come complaining in my DMs because you don't have the right sleeve.
Yeah, please don't do that, man. There's been a couple guys who already been talking. I don't think, there's some guys who maybe, not going to listen to everything, the entire stream or something, but, I'm pretty sure I put a lot of announcements out that, I haven't been able to get to it, but guys still come to me talking about, I ain't got this, this ain't done yet, and I'm like, I told you already that, I haven't been able to get to it, so, yeah.
Got Doc is asking, he heard about the reload teams getting 86th. So the team names, the Conquistadors and the Marshalls.
Yeah, so we're going to have to, most likely, the move with the league right now, we are trying to definitely get on PC, but there's a lot of things behind the scenes, not with us, but with the guys who mod PC games that they're working on, trying to get the Frosty mod up so that way we can, literally create the RFL in our own image. But Yeah, man. If that doesn't come in time, we're going to have to play it, of course, still again on PlayStation, which isn't bad. But of course, you wouldn't have that customization. Files be split again, and of course, we do have to figure out a way to replace the Conquistadors and the Marshalls. A thought in my mind that I have is I'm trying to bring in the Miners. That's been a team that I have been thinking about trying to get into the league if something like this were to ever happen, where I had to replace a team. So the Miners are definitely a team I'm looking to try to throw in. And as for the Conquistadors, still trying to. I was thinking about Mexico City, but the Golden Eagles, their uniforms.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's the thing, man. Because I love the concept and the naming behind the Mexico City Golden Eagles. I think it's a great. I just think they dropped the ball on what they could have done with that. You know.
Yeah.
Uniforms like a tossed salad.
Yeah, it's
the coach of the Conquistadors, Coach Dunn, says look like a Christmas tree uniform. It definitely does.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with that. See any more questions?
Chris Dunn, do we have a team by team breakdown of the players on each team? Are you referring to the RFL for rebuilding teams, or are you referring to the college series or down of those players? If it's the college series, you can match up the list that Smitty put out today and the list that I put out after everything was said and done, and that should have all the players on it, aside, of course, from actual NCAA players, but you don't need to worry about those guys anyway.
Yeah, and I don't have the game up right now, so I can't show you guys that. So all this is just being done straight through OBS. Yeah, and if you want to look at the teams, you can go back to when I revealed the overalls and stuff. So you can look at teams that way. I know it's not all the way in depth, but at least you'll be able to see what's there. It's not updated because the generics are coming in now. So, yeah.
Just to clear the air, Kai Cash, I was talking about a salad. A regular salad, my guy.
Oh, what's going on?
These guys, man, I tell you, never a dull moment in the RFL, man. What kind of salad?
Catch Rob.
Hold on, Mix. Slipping.
They're always on you, man. Like at the draft too, man. Like they're just on it.
I know. I got the most quotables, I'm sure, man. What you say? What Mix just say? Is Mix breathing hard? He got corona. These guys, man. Shout out to the league, man.
No, this isn't a question, but I just want to throw it out there. So I saw it. Leo Moon, who's the quarterback for West Virginia, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Says, just want to say I'm super happy to be a Patreon. Love this league first, RFL. Thanks, man.
Yeah, big shout out to you, my guy, man.
Yes, sir.
He's been
man.
putting out some content too about his player.
Yeah.
That's another thing, man. Push you guys' content.
Yes.
That definitely
Yes.
helps the league.
Yeah,
If you push your content for your player, now this is another thing. If you push your content, you know what standards we hold here for the league. You got to put out your absolute best that you can. And once again, you know, with the backer program that Mix was talking about, where we'll be dropping templates and stuff for you guys to use. Try to use those and try to use the cleanest photo that you can get. Get like acclimated to Photoshop, man. Guys got to learn how to use Photoshop. If you can use Photoshop and just build on that and keep making content and get better and better, you know, people are really going to start becoming a fan of your player. You know, the more that this league grows, so the more you guys do that, not only does it help grow the league, but it helps grow your fan base. You know, you can have more people cheering for your player in games, you know, hoping that one day he'll be able to start, or remembering the times that he was in college killing it. So, you know, try that adds a whole nother layer to this RFL experience when you do that. So if you can do that for your player, man, or if you need help reaching out or get to people in our Discord, if you're in the Discord, ask them to see if they can make templates or some type of design for you. And if not, just like I said, get to work yourself. Go ahead and learn how to use Photoshop and, you know, build up your player's story.
Filthy Doe wants to know. Filthy Doe wants to know, can he make his own player on Instagram? Yeah, you can make your own player on social media, man. The only thing that we ask you guys to do is to make sure that when you make a player or something that represents the RFL, it's in the best interest or image of the league, man. I'm seeing some of you guys out here, and you got some kind of questionable stuff going on with the RFL content, man. Please refrain from stuff that you would, that you could just imagine. You're an NFL, right? NFL player wouldn't be doing something he's not supposed to be doing and posting it on the Instagram, right? So like when you make a player, get in the role of you're actually representing the RFL. Because I'm seeing some. I see Lito out there laughing. I'm seeing some questionable things on some of these guys' accounts, man. with our player names, man. We know they're your name, but the players are ours. You know what I mean? So please, exercise. You guys, that's it. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So yeah.
And when in doubt, ask somebody.
Yeah, just ask.
Ask one of us. Don't go out and talk about drunk stories.
Right.
College, like I understand you're trying to act like your players in college and everything, but what college players talks about getting smacked before a game or something. Don't do that. So
got to wait in the duffel bag and everything.
Yeah,
come on,
you're
man.
trying to take it to that level, but you would have been kicked off the team if this was real. So
I'm telling you, man.
Don't post something like
Yikes.
that. It just like Rob said, just keep it professional, man.
Yep.
Any other questions you guys see in here? You got
still some up top here
left, so still pretty good.
Avon Magic wants to know when Ole Miss is going to play because he wants to see his running back put in some work.
Well, Ole Miss. Let me see. I got the schedule.
While you're looking for that too, big shout out to Chris Dunn as well, guys. I believe he is running the RFL Daily. So those players, he'll probably reach out to you guys and everything, but follow the RFL Daily News page, man. He's going to be starting to write articles and stuff like that on the teams and stuff.
And he's been doing a great job too, covering all that too, man. He's got experience in that. Big reason why really liked him when he came in for an interview and everything. So I think he's going to be a great addition, especially for that page. He asked for Ole Miss. He said,
yeah.
So Ole Miss, I have playing on not this Monday, but the next Monday against Baylor at 8 p.m. So you guys got some heat first game.
That's a team that I'm really interested in, man. Like they came out of nowhere because of the mod and how the mod came out, and everybody just like ran to Baylor.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be pretty dope, man. That's why I put them up pretty high on that 25. Where I put them again? Let me put up to 25 again. Number 6.
I just remember, man, we have an Instagram page that has a whole bunch of subs on it. I wonder if I should give that to Chris, man.
Subs?
Yeah. It was actually being ran by Mitch, I believe.
You talk about yeah. There was no really need for that one due to the fact that it was just reposting most of the stuff. Appreciate the I guess help there, Mitch, but it was pretty much doing the same thing. So what are you planning on giving that to? Well, I think he's building up his page. I mean, if he wants to take it, then
might be a way to help.
That way, if anything he puts on Twitter, he can put on Instagram. Then basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we'll figure that out. Is the baby of our social media.
Yeah, RFL Network is what it was. Yeah, we can let them bridge that.
Yeah,
Lito, I see that it might have been 10 minutes ago at this point because there's a lot of comments, but I see that $20 for every $20 donation for every pick he makes. So everybody remember that. I better see some picks and I better see some Andrew Jacksons.
Oh man, I'm glad you remembered who was on the $20 bill. Bill, I didn't even know.
I said Andrew Jackson. That's who it was.
Jackson. Okay. That's who. I didn't see the 2-0, baby. To the stove. Oh man,
it's Andrew Jackson.
And I better know who's on the 20.
Man, oh man,
who was that guy? It's like, nah.
Oh boy.
Let me stop.
Hustle or nothing is
Andrew Jackson. You mean Lamar Jackson? Who's Andrew Jackson?
I know Lamar. I don't know Andrew.
Yeah. I know Michael.
Michael. I know Lamar.
I know Joe. Oh man.
Hustle or Nothing says, if I feel my player is underperforming during a game, can I request to bench him?
Nah.
What?
Sub me out, coach. Coach, get me out of here. Game plan ain't working.
Hey, I can't do this.
I don't know what it is, coach, but today I suck, man. Just sit me on the bench.
You said Tito Jackson.
You talking about Tito?
Come on, Tito. Come on, Tito.
Oh man, I didn't think I'd see that question.
Oh man, I'm weak.
Well, I remember Chris. It was Chris Tucker that had that joke, stand up, talk about Michael Jackson. Man, that joke was hilarious. Well, no questions.
There's plenty of questions.
Coach. It looks like Forbes asked, will there be coaches in the college at some point? And it's something that we've discussed, guys. But as we're just starting off with the college, and we don't know how far the mod's gonna go, and all that stuff. So, but we've discussed that before, man. We would love to have coaches, different coaches actually than the RFL coaches. We would love to have them coaching. But we would need a bigger staff for that, obviously. But yeah, it's an option. It's something we're thinking about.
We would need a huge staff. Pretty much, that's what I was talking about earlier when I talked about literally next year. If of course the college mod comes out again on the next gen for Madden 21. If that happens, if we could get 24 people who have PCs and are able to stream, we can literally have every single D1 FBS school be a part of the college series. So that alone right there is that's big time. And we can literally follow the real life schedule as well. But that's going to take a huge staff. And then on top of that, some of guys can coach those teams and create their playbook, because there's so much stuff that you could do with PC, which is why we hope that PC comes out for the RFL. So we would have a whole lot more difference in gameplay, play calling, all that stuff. But if we get that staff to be able to do that, who is equipped with PCs and things like that, and we can run that, then you look forward for a big college series and possibly some coaches.
I'm gonna answer all Dave's question too. He's talking about could it would be cool to listen to coaches who have what prospects they have on the radar, basically, is what he's asking. I was just thinking about this last night, Smitty, man. But and actually, Roland came to me about this first, man. Shout out to Roland, Coach Roland Woods of the Barons. But we thought about trying to have a radio station or a radio show that we could actually interview coaches, man, and players and stuff like that, and actually talk. So that's something that we've actually thought about doing. And we may set that up for another one of the days of the week, man. We're just trying to fill all those gaps in the league with content. So we might start getting coaches' angles, man, and having one-on-ones and sit downs with coaches. It wouldn't be too long, maybe 5 minutes, 5-10 minute clips or whatever. But yeah, we've actually talked about that. And Ferg is asking about this too, Smitty. I do have a question about this too. College transfers, right? Can you transfer still if you're not a starter?
So if you're not a starter, you can transfer. Once week 1 games are played out, you can't transfer. So you can still transfer even when week 1 starts, because the only reason that even came into effect, it would have been not at all. But I remember last season for Tristan Price, who went from Florida State to West Virginia, I did that for him. And so I was just like, you know what, that's beneficial. At least everybody will be able to see within 1 week, what type of playing time they're getting, and they can transfer out. So that's why you got up until week 1. But the day before week 2 starts, or at the podcast, I'm going to say at the podcast, after the podcast ends, then it's closed, where nobody is going to be able to transfer at all. Starters can't transfer. If you're already starting at a team, you can't transfer. Okay. If you're a backup, though, you can't transfer. I mean, you can transfer. I'm tripping. My bad. But if you are a starter but not the first guy, you still can't transfer. You're still starting. Like if you're wide receiver number 2, you're still starting. So, you can't transfer either.
Ferg Phillips is asking, I think I understand what he's trying to get at. He says, if you were to allow college players to transfer after week 2, would they have to sit out the rest of that season and be allowed to play the following season, or at least give it some thought, is what he's asking.
No, you only get 1 season, because that's taken away from somebody's spot who's looking to apply next year. That's why you get 1 season. You cannot play multiple seasons in the RFL College Series. You only play the 1, and make the best out of that. But you cannot go into another year.
Kai Cash says, will there be a mid-season evaluation for the college guys during the season? Normally we do that. The halfway marks would probably be week 6, where we do kind of talk about guys. And I think that there is a small boost for performance that the commissioner gives out based on your performance. And it's not for everybody. It's just for specific guys who just made an impact in the series somehow and just been balling out crazy. They do get, a slight uptick in week 6.
Mm-hmm. And then not only that, in terms of the I'm blanking. Just blank. Never mind. I forgot what I was talking about. Just was about to say something that was kind of related, but
talking about the boost in week 6 and
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I just slipped out. Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing.
I see somebody asking about PS. I'm assuming you mean Photoshop because we were talking about that before.
Yeah, Photoshop.
If you guys go on and search on here, and I'm not trying to get us in trouble or nothing or anybody else, but just search Photoshop for free. You can find hundreds of videos with guys who found a way to get the full-fledged thing for it. It's really simple, man. And if you don't want to be like that, man, it's like $20 a month, isn't it, Smitty? It's not even that much to pay for it.
It's $20 a month. I paid for it.
Yeah, I pay for it too. So
yeah,
I pay for it too.
Yep.
Yeah. So
what was that?
Is it okay, Bill?
But,
I see Lizzie talking about Roy Kincaid. He went to Tennessee. That's where Roy Kincaid went. He was a beast.
Oh, yeah. Also, GIMP is pretty good, too. Coach Nick Laramie of the Sacramento Condors, he uses GIMP. And he's been actually able to take out Photoshop templates that we have and use those in GIMP. And I think that's a free program online. GIMP, GIMP.
Yep. Definitely would like to get into Photoshop if you could get it, though. But if you can't, then you rock with the GIMP.
That went over my head for a moment, too, Bill. Talk about you pay for it.
I paid for it with hard-earned cash. Andrew Jackson's, I'll have you know.
I'm about to say, we paying too much, guys.
The Andrews out on it? Okay.
Not dropping a Benjamin on it, that's for sure.
Right.
That's 2 different presidents on bills that I knew already. I'm a smart guy today.
Yeah, I knew what the Benjamin was. Yeah. Black people know about the Benjamin.
Y'all know about that Abe Lincoln, though.
Abe Lincoln.
Pennies, boy.
The 5. And the 5. I don't know where that transition came from.
Nah, I ain't talking about the 5s. I'm talking about the pennies.
They have the pennies. I'll have the 5s. That's
cool
with me, man. We can make that. We can make that swap.
No, I got $5.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Coach Beck.
We definitely getting off track. Let's see. We got 3 more minutes left for questions. It's been great so far, man. I'm glad we got back to this. And that's what it was. That's what it was. What you talk about. So he talking about going into detail and talk about players. We'll talk more about players pretty much when the season starts. So we'll have a lot to talk about players, on how they're performing, because we'll be recapping the upcoming week, who we think's going to win, players, and then of course talking about the week coming up and things like that. So there's going to be constant coverage, just like it was in the RFL this past season from the podcast. So definitely look forward to breakdowns of your players and stuff if they perform in depth through the podcast.
Just to add this before we end up leaving, talked about coaches before, and as you know, we pretty much have all of our coaching positions filled at this point, but are still trying to transition to having coordinators and stuff. So if you guys had coaching applications in and obviously didn't have a reach out to you for an interview, don't be upset about it. Man, there was a lot of applications to go through, a lot. And keep an eye out for that, because we might still be, bringing in more people other than just the 32 to help out, do some offensive or defensive coordinators. We end up seeing something down the road where we got guys for, help with social media stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to bring to the league soon for guys who didn't get a chance to get in right now. So just stick around and pay attention, because there's going to be there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming in this league soon.
And that's what I look forward to for guys who pay attention. Like, there's a lot of guys who don't pay attention but want to be a part of the staff and want to do stuff, but they don't pay attention. So usually I don't even respond back to them because, obviously they ask questions that they weren't paying attention to. And if they were really into the league and really wanted to be involved, they would know the answers to what they're asking. If you're really looking to try to get on the staff, haven't gotten the opportunity yet, just pay attention and keep up with what's going on. And, more than likely you'll find yourself in a position to get a position. So, yeah, we already gave our thoughts on Madden 21 already, Tommy Boy Benton. That's earlier in this podcast. So whenever you can go back and get that. But we are out of time. Usually just cap things off at the 2-hour mark. Big shout out to everyone who showed up, everyone who, supports the RFL, man. Monday, College Series officially starts. LSU taking on Miami. That's going to be one heck of a game. Make sure you guys come through for that. We'll have dual commentary with me and Rob. So it is a must see. So with that being said, yeah, guess that's it for me. The RFL Commission play-by-play commentator Smitty and Rob and Bill, who hopped on late, but he's always here, my guy. But,
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Bill Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. They win more than 2 games. But we'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.
Oh, somebody gets to the Rock reference.
They did. Oh, yeah. Man.
They can't hear you. I mean, they hear me.
Oh, he said final. He put final. The Rock.
Finally, the Rock has come back.
To Bill Wisconsin.
To Bill Wisconsin.
Works that.
Okay, they can hear us all. Oh, okay.
Oh, they can hear us.
What's up, guys? See you later.
Oh, what's up? Oh, they can hear.
They're all
saying
saying they can hear us, Smitty.
Oh no, they say we hear you.
They just heard the Bill Wisconsin.
He just said Bill Wisconsin. The Rock has come back. Coach Back said Coach Back said Wisconsin. I'm weak.
We're still live, Smitty.
I don't know. Can you guys hear us?
Macaroni in the chat if you still hear us right now. Macaroni.
Put macaroni in the chat.
Quiet, Forbes. Don't laugh at my laugh.
Say macaroni in the chat.
I swear it.
Can't hear Smitty, but you hear Bill and Mick.
Yourself.
How can they hear us? Oh, they say, hey, macaroni. Hey, macarena.
Hey, that is great.
They can still hear us.
How can they hear y'all? I got the thing muted.
Oh, my God. I
muted myself so they can hear me right now, but this is crazy. All the macaronis in the chat.
We got so many macaronis right now.
All right, let's get